Marco, it's been a minute since you gave us one of these Vedic astrology videos. But all of that ends today. Man, today we're going to talk about one of my favorite nakshatras, Uttara Ashadha Nakshatra. Uttara Ashadha is the 21st of the 27 nakshatras / lunar mansions in Vedic astrology, spanning from 26 degrees Sagittarius to 10 degrees Capricorn, ruled by the sun and presided over by the 10 Vishvadevas / universal gods. It symbolizes latter victory, or the final victory through perseverance, integrity, and leadership. People born under this nakshatra are often seen as noble, determined, and optimistic, with strong leadership skills, a tendency towards righteous causes, though they can sometimes be stubborn or view others negatively. Uttara Ashadha, or what some people may pronounce Uttara Ashadha, means the invincible one. Its symbol is the elephant tusk. It represents victory that cannot be taken away once earned. People with this nakshatra may take longer to win, but when they do, it's final. Because this nakshatra falls between Sagittarius and Capricorn, Uttara Ashadha is the shift from idealism to discipline. You can say there where vision becomes reality. If you have this major placed in your chart, that means it could be your moon sign, it could be your rising, it can be the planet with the highest degrees. You may not always win quickly, but when you win eventually, it's like divine timing. Your success is earned through endurance, not luck. When you see these people rise, it feels destined, and that's because it was. The elephant tusk is also associated with Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles. Uttara Ashadha people often have this subtle blessing. When they align with truth and integrity, life moves things out of their way. Their victories tend to uplift others too. They're not selfish winners. This nakshatra is ruled by the Vishvadevas, the universal gods. These deities embody the highest virtues known to humankind: truth, willpower, skill, goodness, time, desire, joy, determination. This nakshatra is about building something that lasts. These people crave purpose. They want their name to mean something even after they're gone. Their worth ethic is unmatched. When they channel that energy, they can create empires. Uttara Ashadha natives are like silent warriors. They are the invincible one. How do you remain invincible? By not having an enemy. When they walk in the room, people feel their presence. They're calm, confident, unbothered by chaos. They may not talk much, but their aura says, "I've been through the fire and made it out gold." This is the social justice warrior nakshatra, the voice of the people. Uttara Ashadha sits in Capricorn, the sign of symbols, structure, and government. So when this nakshatra activates, it wants to change the system itself. They're not content with temporary fixes. They want policy, reform, accountability. The energy says, if the system is broken, I'll rebuild it. Unlike aggressive or chaotic revolutionaries, Uttara Ashadha fights from moral conviction. Their strength comes from values. They won't compromise their ethics for clout or revenge. Even in the face of hate or oppression, they hold steady. Think of Martin Luther King. They fight, but with wisdom. This nakshatra is ruled by the sun, the light that exposes. The sun doesn't hide, it reveals. That's exactly what these people do. They shine light where others avoid looking, on oppression, truth, and hypocrisy. I like to call this the war general nakshatra because a lot of war generals in early American history had this nakshatra somewhere in their chart, where some of these wars that they would fight back in the day lasted 7 years, 10 years. Imagine being at war for 7 years. Imagine being at war for 8 years, and you're the war general of this war, and you have to assure people that things are gonna be okay. You have people dying left and right. You have your country's being torn apart, and you have to remain stoic, and you have to make the right decisions, and you have to be calculated. And after those 7, 8, 9 years, 10 years of war, for you to make it on top and do that shit like it was nothing, that's what Uttara Ashadha is about. Having that longevity, having that endurance, that discipline to win the war and to get the latter victory. On the negative side, these people can feel the real weight of responsibility. These people are born leaders, but that comes with pressure. From a young age, they feel like they had to carry everybody's problems, friends, family, community. The sense of duty can become a burden. They rarely ask for help because they think weakness equals failure. They fight everyone's battles but forget their own. Delayed gratification can turn them bitter. Unstoppable victory doesn't mean instant victory. Life tests Uttara Ashadha natives again and again. They often succeed later in their life. If they don't trust divine timing, they can grow bitter, resentful, or overly competitive. They start comparing themselves to others, forget their time is coming. Their destiny is slow cooked, but if they lose faith, it burns instead of blooms. When this nakshatra is expressed through Sagittarius, it's like a spiritual warrior or a moral preacher. They fight for truth, justice, and freedom, not out of control, but out of faith in something higher. When Uttara Ashadha moves into Capricorn, it shifts from preaching truth to building it. Here, the warrior becomes a general, a builder, and a reformer. They don't just talk about what's right, they want to create systems that make it real. Every nakshatra in Vedic astrology has a symbolic animal pair except Uttara Ashadha. Its animal, the mongoose, stands alone. It has no counterpart. Did you know the mongoose is one of the very few animals that can actually defeat a snake? But because the mongoose doesn't have a counterpart, a lot of Uttara Ashadha people may actually end up feeling very lonely. And I'm going to put up some songs by Uttara Ashadha artists where they talk about being lonely because, bro, I be so fucking locked in on this shit and seeing the patterns. There's multiple Uttara Ashadha artists who literally have songs that's called Lonely at the top or something about being lonely. Like, they talk about being lonely. A big part of this nakshatra falls in Capricorn, and Capricorn is a pretty lonely sign. Which is interesting because this nakshatra is ruled by the sun that represents soul, self, authority, leadership, and purpose. Sun also represents fame. So people that have this in their big three have the ability to become really famous. It's ruled by the sun. The sun is what gives us light. The sun shines on all. I Show Speed, I believe, his sun sign is in Uttara Ashadha. So his sun sign is in a nakshatra that's ruled by the sun. And I think DDG has this as his moon sign. So I noticed that, some streamers even have this nakshatra in their big three. These people can be so locked into their career that it becomes their whole life. Their whole life is their career, is their image. Do you have this nakshatra in your chart? Comment below, let us know. And if you have more information on this, feel free to show us what you know. My name is Marco Stats. If you want a reading, hit the DMs, stay ahead of the curve.